I can see people have started joining. Guys, once again, I thank you for joining the session. Please keep patience for extra 2 minutes. We'll start post 8:30. We are waiting for others to join. In the meanwhile, there is a chat option that is visible on your screen. If you have joined in from a mobile application, you would see a question mark icon. You can click that. You can just type in a yes so that I can be clear that I am audible to you guys. Just type in a yes, guys. I can see a lot of people are there. Thank you, Indrajit. Thank you, Tanira. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Shashank. Thank you, Ajit. Thank you, Pranav. There are so many responses. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Allow us 2 quick minutes and then we'll begin with the session. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's begin with tonight's session. First of all, thank you so much, everyone, for taking time on a Friday evening and joining the webinar on the topic of unlocking the power of data, introduction to data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. I am sure while returning back from this session, you're going to take back full of learning experiences. Today, I have with me Mr. Karan Chawla, who is a data scientist at EXL. Sir, it's an honor to have you on board with us. But just before I hand over the mic to Karan sir, and before we dive into today's session, let me take a moment to introduce you about Skill Stack Hub, who we are and what drives us at Skill Stack. So, Skill Stack Hub isn't just another edtech platform. We are a movement built on one simple belief that great careers are built, not found. In a world where technology changes faster than ever, traditional education often struggles to keep up. That's where we step in, bridging the gap between what's taught and what's truly needed in the modern workplace. Our mission is simple but powerful: to empower individuals with practical, in demand skills that align with real careers. Every program that we design, every mentor that we get on board, and every learner that we guide is driven by one purpose: to make learning hands on, accessible, and transformative. We envision Skill Stack Hub as the launchpad for all the ambitious learners out there, a place where curiosity meets opportunity. So, whether you are starting your journey or aiming to upskill for the future, we are here to ensure that your learning translates into career defining success. At Skill Stack Hub, we are not just teaching skills, we are shaping the future of learning, one learner at a time. So thank you so much, guys, for once again. Just before handing over the mic to Mr. Karan, I would give you a little housekeeping to you all, that all of you have been put on listen only mode as of now. And once you have any question, any doubts, you can just type in the chat box, and Karan sir will be able to see it. Or if you want to speak and ask your doubt, you can just type in the chat box and we'll allow you to speak at one person at a time, so that we can make it an interactive session and not a monotonous one, because we want learning to be always interactive. That's how you grasp things better. So whatever is the case, you can type in the chat box. We'll be seeing the chat box wherein you just time before gave me a confirmation that my voice is on. Okay, guys, if I'm clear to you guys, can you give a thumbs up or just type in a yes in the chat box? Come on, guys, let's not make it just a one-way conversation. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Tanira. Thank you, Indrajit. Thank you. But I'm seeing a lot of learners are there. Sumit, Sharik, Sabah, Prabhat. Guys, come on, just type in a yes. Archie, Amit, Kumar, Ali, Heather. Ali, you have raised your hand. Is there any question that you want to ask upfront? Heather, you have raised your hand. You can just type in your question on the chat option that is available. enough. So if there are any more questions, guys, you can feel free to type in the chat box, or if you want to ask your question by speaking, just uh, type in the chat box and we'll unmute you so that you can speak. Over to you, Karan sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this session. Okay. Hi guys. Am I audible? Is my voice clear? Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Before jumping into the session, let me give you a brief kind of an introduction of myself. Okay. So myself, Karan Chawla. I am having 8 years of experience into the corporate sector. I did my graduation in BCom honors from Delhi University in 2016. And I joined corporate as an analyst, where I was working into the Excel part and also the company's tool, where I was copying the particular values and pasting it into some other particular tool. So I was not having any prior experience in terms of the coding. I never did coding during my school days, during my college days. So I was pretty much a very beginner in terms of how this data science world looks to me, how what is Python, what is machine learning, and so on. But after 2 years of experience into the corporate sector, I felt that in order to upgrade and in order to earn more, I should be having some skills that the company or that or the market is growing into towards. So I explored a lot of tools, I explored a lot of certifications, and I jumped into the data science field. I explored various online videos. I learned Python, machine learning, AI, and so on. And after struggling a lot and after uh, taking up, giving a lot of time, I made a smooth transition into this particular field. Since I was coming from the non-technical background, things were a little bit challenging for me because I was not having any prior experience in terms of the coding part. So, but yeah, if you want to achieve something, you will be able to achieve that part. So I made a smooth transition into the data science field, and currently I'm working as a data science consultant with the EXL services in Gurgaon, where I am responsible for building various machine learning and the AI models. I'm also responsible for building various reports onto the Power BI, Tableau, and so on. Also, we use various tools like Python, SQL, Hive, MySQL in order to create the data set as well. So that's how my journey has been from a non-tech guy to a data science person, coming from the non-tech background, having no experience into the coding field, and so on. Cool. Till here, any doubts, any confusion? So I can feel that how it feels like coming from a non-tech background, or coming from the finance background, or coming from the engineering background to make a transition into the data science field, and what can be the challenges, what should be the particular parameters we have to focus on in terms of how can we make the transition into this respective field. So any doubts, any confusion, or we are good? Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen and let me know once it will be visible. Please let me know once my screen is visible. Okay, perfect. Cool. Okay. Before jumping into the particular webinar, any guesses, any idea what is data science, what is machine learning, what is AI, any reference or any kind of rough guess, any idea you guys are having? Any guesses? It can be wrong, it can be correct. Just a quick kind of an introduction. What is data science, what is machine learning, and what is AI? Let me give you a our definition into the layman language. Data science, machine learning, or AI is all about how you want to predict the future. That's it. Whenever there will be any scenario when a company wants to predict any future in terms of any of the particular domain, can be healthcare, can be finance, can be insurance, can be e-commerce, can be sales. If there is a prediction, there are the concepts of data science. It can be with the help of the machine learning, it can be with the help of the artificial intelligence, and it can be with the help of the data science tools as well. Simple language, how how you want to predict or how you want your sales to be. Just the prediction, and that simple language of what is data science, what is AI, and what is machine learning. Now, coming to the data science part, first will be that how the data has been raised in terms of as compared to the earlier one. Earlier, business were decided based upon the experiences, based upon the instincts, based upon the opinions of the people who are having very good amount of experience or good amount of knowledge and so on. But over the time down the line, the only one parameter which is used in order to decide whether the whether which kind of a decision a business has to make, that totally depends upon the data, on the numbers, on the facts. That's it. No opinion is required, no experience is required, nothing at all. Based upon the data, what kind of prediction and what kind of a decision can be made. It can lead to a positive decision, it can lead to a negative decision, doesn't matter. But data is only parameter which will help you, which will help the business to understand and to make the decision. So earlier it was all about experiences, opinions, instinct, and so on. But nowadays and in coming future as well, data is the only parameter which will help to make the decisions. Like example, if I say airlines use the predictive analytics to set the target price dynamically. Example, during the time of the fourth quarter of the year, if you are going to any vacation place at that point of time, the prices are normally high because they know, depending upon the past records, they know that at that point of time people will be more having the vacation on that particular places. So that is why the airline prices are also on the higher side. And all these are happening because of the data which they have as which which they uh, have earlier. So based upon the data set, they decide the price that during this point of time or this quarter of the time, the price will be higher in terms of the airplanes or the airlines. So based upon the data, it will be dependent upon how the business will be decided. Examples, government uses the data to monitor the pollution and the traffic. Again, on some route, the traffic will be on the higher side depending upon number of the vehicles which are coming. Similarly, the sports team analyze the player data to build the winning strategies. Again, depending upon his or her past performance, how the batsman or the bowler or any sports person is performing on the past records, they will be included in the team. Because if the performance is not good earlier, there may be a chances that the performance will not be good in the future as well. So everything is all about the data. Everything. If you have a data, and now if you have the data, you will be having a data science thing into it. Because when you have the data, you want to predict the data as well. And when you want to predict the data, there will be data science, there will be machine learning, and there will be AI as well. So everything is all about the data. If I give you a more real world examples, Netflix uses the machine learning to recommend that what you will love next. Example, if you are looking for any movies or any shows based upon the certain genre, so Netflix will recommend those movies or the shows to you because that was the genre which was watched by you. And all these things are happening based upon the data and based upon the machine learning and the AI models. Similarly, Amazon personalities shopping experiences and optimizes the delivery routes with the AI powered algorithm. Again, everything is data and everything is machine learning and the AI and everything is prediction. Zomato predicts how long your food will take and suggests restaurants based upon your preferences. Again, when you order any your food on Zomato or Swiggy, they give you the estimate time. Again, that time is predicted based upon the certain parameters. Example, the kilometers from the restaurant to the house. Second, the traffic. Third, it can be other parameters as well. Based upon those parameters, prediction is made. And those predictions are only possible when you have the historical data. If you are not having the historical data, or if you will not have the data, then predictions are not possible. So data is connected to data science, and data science is connected to the data. Both work simultaneously. If any of the thing will not be there, the other thing automatically will disappear. Okay. So now the question comes up that how all these technologies work together. That's where the data science, machine learning, and the AI comes into the picture. Data science will help you to understand the data. Machine learning and the AI will help you to predict the data. Okay, with that we will be understanding the ecosystem of difference between the data science versus the machine learning and versus the AI part. If I want to make a definition out of it, artificial intelligence is the broader concept. AI aims to make the machines behave like the humans. They make the robots to behave like the humans, to think like human, to make a reason like human, and to learn like a human. And the most, uh, I would say, the popular example of this is the Chat GPT. So ChatGPT is an AI tool which behaves like a human, who tends to behave like a human, who learn from the input from the uh, user, who thinks like a user, and accordingly they answer like a human as well. Similarly, the self-driving cars like Tesla, which have launched the automatic cars, if the user or the driver doesn't want to drive a car, automatically the AI will drive a car for the users. So AI will make the robots or the machines to behave like a humans, who can think like human and who can learn like the humans. Similarly, machine learning is the subset of the AI. Machine learning teaches the computers to learn the patterns from the data without any explicit. So, in terms of the AI, help the machines to the humans to behave like the humans, but in terms of the machine learning, it teaches the computers to understand the patterns of the data, and accordingly, when the pattern is get understood by the machine learning algorithms, you will predict the future out of it. Correct? Example, email spam filter that learns what particular email can be a part of the spam and which particular email cannot be a part of the spam. So we are teaching the particular computer or the particular email box that if this or these are the particular keywords which are present into the email, that should be the part of the spam folder or it should not be a part of the spam folder. Lastly, data science. So data science focused on gathering the data. Okay. When so the predictions can only be possible if you have the data, if you have the clean data, and that is a part of the data science which will help you and focus on gathering the data, clean the data, and visualize the data as well to extract the insights from that data. Data science is all about understanding the insights from the data, understanding the patterns of the data. And once the data will be clean, that clean data will be put under the machine learning algorithms or the AI algorithms. Because raw data cannot be put under the ML and the AI. Clean data will be put under the ML and the AI part. And machine data science will help you in performing to gather the data. It can be from different sources. It can be from SQL. It can be from Excel. It can be from web scraping. It can be from any particular tool. Once you have gathered the data, Then it will be to clean the data. Once the data is clean, you will be understanding the pattern with the help of the various visuals like charts, pie charts, and so on. Once the data is clean, you have understood the data, you will be putting that data into the machine learning and the AI part to predict the future. So that is a kind of an ecosystem and a difference between the data science versus machine learning versus AI. Again, AI is the broader concept which helps the machine to behave like human. On the other hand, machine learning is all about giving teaching the computers in order to understand the patterns of the data set. And data science is all about gathering the data, making the data ready for machine learning and the AI part. Okay, so if I want to make a statement into it, AI is the entire planet, machine learning is one of the powerful continent, and data science as the tools like the telescopes and the maps we use to explore it. Data science is all about exploring the data. Machine learning is all about one of the most powerful continent, and the AI is the entire planet where everything works in. Okay, and with that, this data science, machine learning, and AI have been introduced in various domains. Like if I want to say in terms of the healthcare, it predicts the diseases from the symptoms or the scans. If I say in terms of the banking, it detects the any kind of fraud transaction which are happening in terms of any credit card transactions or any of the particular transactions as well. In retail, it recommend the product and forecast the sales. In terms of the education, it predict which students might struggle and personalize the learning content. In case of the transportations, it optimize the routes using the GPS and the real-time data. So in all the domain nowadays, data science or machine learning or AI is being used. It can be any domains again, it can be finance, it can be education, it can be banking. All the domains are using these particular tools to predict the future, and based upon that, the decisions are made. Yep. And in terms of, if I want to say in terms of the career paths and the roles, in terms of the data analyst, they primarily focus in terms of what happened in the past. So basically, they focus on the past data set with the help of the Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Data science focus on the modeling part, what will happen next, which uses the Python and machine learning and so on. In terms of the machine learning engineers, they build and deploy the machine learning models into the production systems. By that, I mean to say that once the model is ready, that will be used by the business. So that deployment part is majorly focused by the machine learning engineers. Fourth, which will be the AI engineers, which works on the deep learning. Again, the part of the AI part, the subtopic I would say in terms of the AI part can be deep learning, can be computer vision, or can be NLP. These are the various types of algorithms which can be used in AI part. Okay, till here, any confusion, any doubt, or we are good? Yes, or we are good? Okay, perfect. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now, as I mentioned, in terms of the use of the data science is all about various components. It starts from collection of the data. Again, you have to collect the data from different sources. It can be from the particular files, it can be from the APIs, it can be from the sensors, it can be from the databases, or it can be from the web traffic. The first point of uh, building the any type of model is to gather the data. If there will be no data, there will be no prediction, there will be no models. The first thing will be to collect the data, and it can be from any particular source. Okay. Once the data has been gathered or collected, next step will be to clean the data, because you will not be getting the clean data. You will be having the duplicate values. you will be having the missing values, you will be having the different kind of formats as well, you will be having the outliers or the noise as well. So in order to cater all these particular parameters, you have to clean the data set. Cleaning can depend on various parameters. It can be on removing those particular values which are not important to the data, and so on. Once the data is collected, data is cleaned, you will be exploring the data. Exploring means you will be understanding the patterns of the data set, like how the particular sales was in the month from the month of the Jan to December. So you have to see the trend. So in order to see the trend of the sales values for the particular year, you have to visualize the data. And that comes under the picture of the data exploration and visualization, where you will be using the trends, the relation between different attributes or the columns or the values, and the patterns using the plots and the charts as well. So now you have the data, you have cleaned the data, you have explored the data as well. The fourth step will be to putting that data into the modeling part. And over here, you will be applying the machine learning algorithms, and you will be applying the AI algos as well to predict the future. Example, I have the data set, I have the sales value into it. I will be predicting the next month revenue, or maybe let's say I want to predict the fraud transactions. And it can only be possible if you have the data, if the data is clean, if the data has been explored, then only you will be able to put that data into the machine learning part. Okay. And again, in terms of how you will be cleaning the data, for cleaning part, they are the one of the most powerful and the most popular library in data science is the pandas library, which will help you for data cleansing part, for manipulation part, and so on. Similarly, if you want to visualize your data set, if you want to understand the pattern of your data set, you have two libraries which are matplotlib and seaborn. These two particular libraries in Python are very, very powerful and useful whenever you want to explore the dataset with the help of the charts, trends, and so on. And the last one will be the scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is used in order to build the machine learning algorithms. For all the machine learning algorithms, all the packages, all the libraries, which are the inbuilt packages and the libraries, comes under the scikit-learn library. So all these particular libraries are the inbuilt functions. You just have to import it and you just have to write the code accordingly as per the requirement. I hope the ecosystem, oh sorry, the components of data science is clear in terms of gathering the data set, cleaning the data set, and then exploring the data set, and finally will be the putting the data into the modeling part. And the last one will be to have the insights of the observations, or I can say the decisions which have to be made with the help of that particular model. I hope it's clear in terms of what are the key components of data science. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, cool. No worries. Let me give you a quick kind of a demo that how the Python is used in terms of the data set. Over here, I have imported few of the libraries with the help of the import function, with the name of the library is pandas, and I'm giving the alias as PD over here. You can give any alias, I'm giving it as PD. Similarly, I'm importing the another library called as the Seaborn, and over here I'm giving the library, sorry, the alias as SNS. And the last one will be the map dot pyplot, and I'm giving the alias as PL. Over here, I'm having a small data set, which is a sales data set. So if I click on this run button, I will be getting the required output. And over here, we can see that we have the order ID, we have the date column, we have the product, we have the area, we have the sales representative, we have the quantity sold, we have the revenue, and we also have the target as well. A small data set, just for the example point of view, we have taken out the 5 rows from the entire data set, and we have these particular attributes into it. And similarly, if I say df.info brackets or df.describe, or if I say print the average sales based upon the revenue, and please calculate the mean as well, I will be getting the required output. Here we go. And see, information function will help you to understand the type of the data which is stored into my data set. Okay, describe function will give you the type of the data in terms of all the values. On the other hand, mean will calculate the mean of the particular revenue column. So I have given the revenue column over here, and correspondingly the mean was calculated. Just how simple it is to learn Python, because all these particular functions are inbuilt functions. You just have to write what you want, and accordingly you will be getting the required output. Okay. Similarly, if I want to remove the null values, I have over here mentioned that under the revenue column, please use the fill NA function. Fill NA function says that if there is any kind of null values into my data set, please fill the values with the particular sales column into it. Over here, I have mentioned that if there is any null values, please fill that value with the mean value over here. Okay, so if I click on this run function, I will be getting the particular output. So now if there will be any null values into my revenue column, all those particular values will be filled by the mean value, which is 4383.6. Cool. Now, my next requirement is that I want to see a bar chart or a chart where I want to see the monthly wise sales on the, sorry, I want to see the monthly sales starting from the January till the December. I want to see the trend in terms of the sales. But before that, I have seen that under my date column, I'm having the date value. I'm not having any month into it, but I need a new column which says the month name, like January, February, March, and so on. But over here, I am having a date value. I'm not having a separate month value for this particular data set. So I will be using a function called as the datetime function. Over here, I'm mentioning that under the date column, please convert the value time function. And if I click on this, and here we go. And now I want to see the month value over here, I'm saying that please create a new column called as the month column from the date column. And over here, I'm giving the month name function. And see, if I click on this run button, it will not be giving me any errors. And if I run this particular cell, I will be getting the required output. Here we go. And see, you have the Jan dataset, Feb dataset, and till this December dataset for all these respective sales. As and we can see that for the month of the January, for the month of the May, for the month of the July, for the month of the August, we have achieved the maximum number of the sales as compared to the rest of the particular months. So Python is a very, very layman language where you will be having almost all inbuilt functions, and accordingly you will be writing the code into a very layman language, and you will be getting the required output. Here, any confusion, any doubts, or we are good? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. Next thing which we have to cover is the career path and the opportunities. Okay. In terms of the career path and the opportunities, as I mentioned, data scientist is all about predicting the models. It can be with the help of the machine learning, it can be with the help of the AI, and so on. Similarly, if I want to say for the ML engineers, they particularly deploy, they create the models, but they also deploy the models as well. So once the model is created, they have to store that model, or they have to give that model to the particular business to make a decision out of it. So if I say from the back, from any background, a marketing professional can be data analyst, a mechanical engineer can be data scientist, an accountant can be business intelligence expert, while consistent learning and people can make the transition very successful, because background is not concerned with particular thing into it. Any person coming from any domain, maybe from a non-tech background, maybe from the finance background, maybe from any of the particular other domain, can make the smooth transition into this particular field. I have my own experience. I was from the non-tech background, was having zero experience in terms of the coding, but I made a smooth transition. I'm working as a data science consultant. So yes, no background is important. If you want to learn data science, you will be able to learn data science. It's not that difficult, because earlier people used to say that if you want to come into a technical background, you have to learn Java, you have to learn HTML, and so on. But in terms of the Python, it is very easy. Any background people can learn, because you have to write the code into the simple layman language, as I have showcased over here as well. Simple. I am calculating a new column. I am using a date column, the present column, and I am using the month function over here. That's it. A pretty much straightforward thing, and I will be able to create a new column out of it. So any background can make the transition into this respective field. Specific domain or specific background is not needed at all. Okay. Terms of the salaries, as we all know that the salary parameter is very high into this particular field. If I want to say in terms of the data analyst, 10 to 15 LPA average, very average. Data scientist can be 15 to 25, again depending upon the number of the experience. It can vary. It can to maybe 25 to 35. Again, it can vary as well. So all these are particular averages for the beginners from the business point of view. So if you have the experience into the corporate sector and then you are making the transition, these salaries can vary totally. And in terms of, if I want to say the average salary in terms of globally, 100K dollars is the average annual salary, despite of any of the particular fields. So in terms of the salaries, we can get as high as we can achieve, depending upon the number of the skills you have, knowledge you have, and so on. This totally depends upon how skills you will be having and how the knowledge you will be having, and based upon that you will be getting the required salary. So the sky is the limit. There is no limit into it, and accordingly you will be able to get the salaries. Till here, any confusion, any doubts, or we are good? If I want to make a quick recap out of it, so data drives the every major decision today. It can be a small business, it can be a bigger business, it can be the MNCs, or it can be any particular domain. Data science, machine learning, and the AI form a connected ecosystem. All these tools, or I would say all these keywords, are connected to each other. You don't need a tech background, you just need the curiosity, and you just need the discipline to learn different tools. And also Python makes data science, or learning data science, machine learning, and AI very accessible for everyone, because it is very easy to understand. You don't need any tech background, because you don't need any kind of a coding experience to learn Python. Any confusion, any doubts? The last thing which I want to share as per my own experience will be, uh, I will be motivating you guys to to go for the data science programs, the structured learning programs, because I did my learning from various online videos, which took a lot of time to gather the information, to understand the information, and so on. Plus, I was not having that much of projects and the assignments as well. And the most important factor, which I believe it can be, that I was not having that learning environment around me. Because when you will be having that learning environment around you, you will be learning from your peers, you will be learning from your trainers, you will be having the live interactive sessions, you will be having the live demos, live doubt sessions. All these things will help you much more as compared to learning from any perspective of videos or any particular audios. So that was my experience. That was the thing which I feel that it it is important to learn from the well structured program where I should be having the trainers. I can approach them. I should be having the doubts. I should be having the particular learning environment so that there should be some challenges to me because I will be having the assignments, I will be having the capstone projects, and there will be certain deadlines to complete that. So I will be having certain challenges that I need to complete this particular project or the assignment on the specific time or on the specific date and so on. So that will help me to push me up as compared to if I'm just listening to any audio or the videos. So that was my experience, which I felt is very important uh, in order to make more smooth transitioning into this particular field. Any doubts, any concerns? Because I am opening the forum for any kinds of doubts or questions you guys will be having. Yeah. Okay. So I have a question because I am in class 11th right now, and what degree should I pursue, and which will be the best one? Um, Hello. Okay. Am I audible? So which degree will be preferred for the best one? It can depend upon you because since you are in into the 11th standard, you can start with the certifications. You can start with learning the Python with having the certification because when you will be completing your 12, you will be having the certifications. You will be having the understanding of Python. You will be having the understanding of machine learning and the AIs, and then correspondingly you can go with the other kind of degrees as well. But I think since you are into the 11th standard, certifications will be helpful, and having the knowledge, the correct knowledge will be helpful to you. MCA 2013 passed out from Kolkata, no relevant experience, 13 years into family business, eligible absolutely. So there is no eligibility criteria moving into this particular domain. Any person from any of the background, whether from the family business or any of the particular domain, can come into this particular uh, field or the domain. It's just that you need to learn, you will need to understand the computations, you need to understand how the coding works, what is the use of the coding, how it will benefit the business, how it will benefit the particular decision. That's it. If you are able to understand all these particular parameters, I don't think so there will be any particular challenges in terms of making the transition into this respective field. Any other doubts, any concerns, any question on any of the topics?
Thank you so much, first of all, sir, for taking us through such a wonderful and lovely session.
Thank you so much.
I hope every one of you guys who have joined have enjoyed it. Guys, we are open for Q&A. If you have any more questions, Archie, Ali, Avinash, Gaurav, Khushbu, anyone, please type in the chat box. We'll be taking that up one by one. Okay, I see a question from Praveen that I hail from a non-tech background.
Mhm.
Will I be able to go ahead and pursue this as a career?
Definitely, definitely. Since I was coming from the non-tech background, having zero experience how this particular domain works, I made a transition. So I don't see any kind of a challenges that you will not be able to make the transition. Just learn, understand the concepts, understands the topic, and I'm sure it's not rocket science. It's not that difficult. Genuinely, any background people can learn Python, can learn data science, and can make a smooth transition into this particular domain. So there is no rocket science, no any particular challenges that you will be facing. Just one thing, you have to learn continuously. You should be very consistent, and you should be very curious about how things work. And if you have all these things, I don't think so there will be any particular challenges.
Thanks for us answering that, Karan. So I have next question from Pooja that I'm confused that whether I should take up a small free courses or should I pursue data science directly. Since there are multiple people I am talking to and someone is suggesting data science is not something which freshers should pursue. You should start with free courses and something like that. But I really like the course that you guys have structured. So I want to understand that if I am taking the right choice while stepping into Skill Stack Hub's program.
Okay. Okay, so I was having the same kind of a confusion that since coming from the non-tech background, I should be going with the free courses or I should be going with the online, sorry, I should be going with the proper certification of data science. I made a mistake because I did very few courses and that was not helpful for me. So, from my experience, I believe that since what will be the future in coming time, and you must have heard of various AI tools, AI products, and so on. Data science will be a very big thing in coming next maybe couple of years. So I would say that having a proper certification into the data science field, having a complete knowledge about machine learning and the AI will give you more opportunities as compared to just having free courses from here and there. So because as I mentioned, you will be having a different kind of a learning environment, which will help you, which will push you to learn things much more better, much more as compared to just learning from the free videos or the audios.
Thank you so much for answering that, Karan. Now I have a question from Hari Nivas, which is related to the course that, hi sir, I like the webinar,
Hmm.
but I don't know anything about SkillStack Hub's program. So is there any program that you guys are offering? So I guess this is something which I'll have to take and I'll have to tell them about the course that we have. So yes, Hariharan, we have a full-fledged PG program in data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, which is in collaboration with Microsoft. And it's a 12 months program wherein we start everything from scratch, everything from basics, like A for apple, B for ball, and then we move ahead to a advanced level. Then we go to a professional level. So the course that we have is of 12 months, wherein this 12 months program is very well structured into 5 particular phases. So talking about, there are 5 phases. In first phase, we cover data foundation and visualization, wherein we talk about Excel, advanced Excel, storytelling. Then we move on to analytical tool and techniques, wherein we'll be going in and exploring what SQL is, what probability and statistics is, how Power BI can change the entire motion of seeing the data. Then we move to Python and data engineering, wherein we learn Python programming, basics of Python, advanced Python, data wrangling using Python, data visualization using Python libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and using Python for visualization of charts and graph. Then we move to the most important aspect of the program, which is machine learning and scalable AI. under which we cover machine learning operations, big data, and all the necessary things for you to understand about entire modeling, unsupervised learning, supervised learning, and all of these stuff. Then we move to our last phase, which is of advanced AI and emerging technologies, under which we cover the AI aspect of this program, which is deep learning, computer vision, natural language processing, entire course syllabus of generative AI, which is extremely in demand as of now. And then we also teach you about Git and GitHub, which is the platform you guys require to showcase what you are delivering towards the industry. Moreover, this program comes with a 6 months of live internship, which actually starts from the 5th month of your program and goes up to 11th month of your program. So why this internship is important? Because we believe that theoretical knowledge can never take you to a longer way, and practical is something wherein you learn by doing the things. So we are very firm believer of that, and that is why we have a 6 months of live internship in this program, which is absolutely work from home internship. People don't have to go anywhere to do that. It's gonna be on a basis wherein you'll have to dedicate 8 to 12 hours in a week, and that is also going to be time flexible. For example, if you want to dedicate 2 hours on a daily basis and then give 3 or 4 hours in the Sunday, you can do that. Or if you want to dedicate your entire Sunday or your entire week off towards completing the projects assigned by the internship organizations, you can do it either ways. So this will help you to grasp more techniques, more knowledge, and appear in the interviews not as a complete fresher, but a kind of a person who has actually done an internship under this domain and having certain projects portfolio. Because portfolio is something which plays a vital role while defining yourself in terms of the skill sets of data science or ML. Your projects would speak louder than you. And that is why alongside this internship, we'll be covering 40 plus real-time projects in the duration of this 12 months program. So we have tried to kept it as practical and as advanced as possible, so that by the time you graduate from our course, you have a lot of things to showcase rather than speaking it. Your profile should speak of what you have learned in 12 months. And that is what we try to do it here. And we have a lot of features. It's an online weekend classes wherein 2 hours classes would be there on Saturday and Sundays from people like Karan, who are actually serving these techniques as their bread and butter. So this is something which we have brought on the table. Every phase is going to be taught by different trainers so that you can learn from the best of the best. And you'll have an option to watch the recordings whenever you want. Monday to Friday, you can schedule unlimited doubt sessions. So yes, we have tried to keep it as learnable as possible. We have tried to cut all the rough edges as an edtech platform so that you can learn from anywhere, anytime. There is 24/7 support. You have WhatsApp groups, you have direct mentor support. This program comes with one-to-one mentorship. You'll have a mentor with whom you can directly relate your doubt, and they'll connect on your behalf with the trainer to check their availability, and then they'll also connect you for a doubt session. So we've tried to bring in everything on map which can help you to learn things, because as SkillStack Hub, as your learning partner, I only have two major responsibilities. One, to make you equipped with the skill set by giving you the industry relevant knowledge. Second, to give you guys ample amount of platforms to perform those skill sets, which is your placements, right? And for that, we have an in-house placement team. So from making your LinkedIn optimized, from creating your resume, from building your cover letter, to actually working on your personality development, which is interview etiquettes, procrastination, time management, everything we closely work on, even on your soft skills, so that by the time you go on that table in front of the recruiter, you represent us and yourself in a better manner. So we take every responsibility, and the only responsibility we give on your shoulder is to be completely focused while you're spending 12 months. So you'll have to learn, you'll have to stay focused, rest you'll have to leave on SkillStack Hub to define your career success. However, for more information, you can definitely connect with your counselor, or you can fill a form on the website. Someone from the team will get in touch with you to define you more better in terms of what curriculum we have to offer. I hope so that answers your question. If you have any more doubts, feel free to connect with the team anytime. So guys, if you have any more questions, please type in the chat box. We are still waiting for your Q&A. I have a question from Rajneesh. Sir, when is the next batch starting? So Rajneesh, the next batch is starting from 26th of October, but I'm afraid that batch is already full and sold out because we are actually a premium institution. We take only 15 students in a particular batch. Maximum sometimes, since this is the festive months that we are working on, we have extended our batch size to 20 per month for November, December, and October. But October batches have been sold out, but still you can get in touch with your counselor to check the availability of the November batch if we have. And also, since it's a Diwali week going on, we have a flat 40% off on all our courses so that this Diwali you can light up your careers rather than lighting up crackers. So save pollution, invest in your career, and be a better learner out. Right. So, guys, I'll just conclude this session, and if there is any more thing, let's wait for another couple of minutes, sir. And if there is any more thing, guys, please type in the chat box related to course, related to technical stuff, related to anything that you have in mind. Please feel free to type in, and we'll wait for next 2 minutes, or else we'll conclude this. I have a question from Dhruv, which I can see on the personal screen. He says that, sir, what is the fee structure for this program? So, Dhruv, the fee structure for this program is 1,40,000 plus GST, which is a total of 1,65,200. The process is that you have to pay an initial registration amount of 10,000, after which you can go ahead and convert the rest amount into 12 months of no cost EMI. However, there are some Diwali offers, as I discussed, are going on. So you can avail that by your representative or the academic counselor, and you can get the best out of it. So there are no cost EMIs up to 12 months available. Plus, guys, I would just like to clear one more thing as well, that we have a 25-day return back policy as well. So you can pay your registration amount, you can study the classes for 25 days. If you feel like that this is not something which we have committed you for, we can refund your entire amount, no question asked. It is also mentioned on our website because we want our learners to be sure in what they are getting. So it is just there that if you're really ready to be in it, then we are ready to support you for the same. And for more information on this, you can get in touch with your counselor to go ahead and understand what this is all about. Okay, I have one more question, Karan sir. It's from Vikash Shavan. I am a BTech mechanical background, just passed this year. So how this course can be helpful for me or help me transition into a better career opportunity?
Okay. I think you must be aware that how these particular tools or the concepts are going ahead into the corporate sectors and why we are needed such things as well. Because uh, if you will be having the skills, these skills, I'm pretty much sure that you will be having a great career uh, ahead with a great, good salary as well, which is one of the important parameter uh, as well. So, like the market is growing and the market is moving towards, I believe that nowadays data science, machine learning, and AI, having the knowledge of these things are very, very important in coming time. I am pretty much sure that you must have heard news from various uh, big tech IT companies like Google, Amazon, LinkedIn, Microsoft, Facebook, and so on. So most of the companies are moving into the AI domain, into the AI. Want the employees or the candidates who are having such experience, who can uh, come with a lot of knowledge into the table and who can contribute more as compared to the people who are not having that much of knowledge. So taking this particular course, you will be having a complete structure. As mentioned, that you will be having from the scratch till the expert, you will be having the all the capstone projects, multiple capstone project. You will be having the working experience as well. And accordingly, once you will be having all these things into your platter or into your CV, these things will definitely help you to take a better a career ahead in terms of how you can shape up your career, which can include anything. It can be from the uh, learning perspective, having the correct career or the job, and so on. And most importantly, I believe that into this particular domain, learning never stops. As of now, I remember that I think 4 to 5 years back, before COVID, there was a huge kind of a boom that what is Python, how can we work with Python, and so on. At that point of time, people learned Python. Now they there's a scope of Gen AI. People are learning Gen AI because that is required into the market. So learning never stops into this particular domain. You always learn in order to upgrade yourself to be competitive into the particular sector, and which is a very beautiful thing as well, because since you will be learning, you will be continuously touch with your particular studies, and that will help you to boost your career. I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you so much for answering that, sir. Because I hope he has answered your question. Okay, I have next question. I'll read that out for you, sir. It's from Avinash Mishra. That myself, Avinash. I'm from a non-tech background and I have done BSc in graduation. Am I eligible for this or not?
Definitely. So as I mentioned earlier, there is no eligible criteria. Any person with having any experience, can be a fresher, can be a 10 plus years of experience, can be 20 plus years of experience. Any person who wants to learn, who wants to fit into this particular domain, can come into this and learn as much things as you want. So there is no eligible criteria. It's just that the only one parameter or the criteria which I think it should be, that continuous learning, being consistent, and be curious to know about the things. That's it. All these three parameters are required in order to make the transition or in order to learn these particular tools.
Thank you so much for answering that, Avinash. I hope sir have answered the query that you have. Just give us a thumbs up that you have understood it, or if you have any more counter questions to that, please feel free to ask. I'll take that as you don't have any more questions, Avinash. If there is any more question or if there anything more that you want to understand, please type in the chat box. No, no from him. Okay, done. I guess with this, we are going to conclude this session. And thank you so much, sir, once again for joining us in today's session. It was
Always,
pleasure
thank
having
you.
with.
You're welcome, and have a safe Diwali to everyone.
Happy Diwali, guys. Happy Diwali, sir. Happy Diwali. Have a great one and a learning one. Even if after this session, guys, if there is anything that you want to personally discuss with us, please feel free to get in touch with the team. Thank you so much, guys. Happy Diwali. Keep learning. Happy Diwali, sir. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.
Cheers.